No, I don't think it's Shyvana, especially since a lot of people I know were saying that like it's more Shyvana top angle with the buffs that came through and less Shyvana jungle. So there it is, like you said, the Maokai.
Yeah, little Mao.
Really screwed. So, you know, they end up playing it a little bit slow, but Pyosik is back here and Dokla didn't respect it.
Yeah, well, he gets the double slice and dice, but does he flash away? Pyosik doesn't land the second cast of W, but they still have the mobility to lock. They were able to actually win that pushing war, got them a lot of those early dragons. If Pyosik is going to find contracts here in the jungle, he's going to W right on in. Palafox first has collapse. AP is going to jump in and try to get as much damage as he can, but now it's in a 1v2. He gets one more rocket jump, but he would have to flash to commit for the all-in, and he's just not going to do that. Contracts gets out alive.
Yeah, APA is not level 6. Remember, Ezreal is actually making the move, and he can assist with his ulti cross map. So NRG are going to have the extra members there, but TL are still kind of playing with the idea of challenging here.
Oh, the smite was early, but Contract still gets it. And they just force the front line to back away into the jungle quadrant. CoreJJ finds a two-man stun, but they already lost Summit and Pyosik, so APA, what can he do? He's not going to be able to reset on any of these guys. It's all 5 members here from NRG, the 5-man unit committing! For them to go slow, so they try to up the things in the pace in game 2. You saw how that one went, and now Pyosik is going to try to catch out Dokla. He still has a flash, but he would have to slice and dice through 2 people. He's not going to burn it. It's a huge shutdown. It does go over to Pyosik, which is not the greatest thing in the world if you wanted that gold bounty to go to a carry. As a mid lane, all in from Palafox, able to answer.
On the player cam there from APA, frustrated that he ended up getting taken down in that situation, as Palafox is now going to be pretty far ahead, and Tristan has been in some great spots throughout this series. Have not been able to claim the game just yet.
Because now they have reinforcements coming, all 5 members sinking into the top side of Team Liquid. Pyosik already flashing away one Arctic Assault, but Contrax is there with the Twisted Advance, and Pyosik's got nowhere to run. Someone is just jumping in with the Counter Strike, but he's got no more mana to play with. CoreJJ is there just as a meat shield, and so Pyosik will fall. It looks like APA will try to bounce back with turret destruction on
get as much farm as possible, work on towers, and I mean, this turret's gone too. So now Dokla's got to be a little bit careful now by quite a lot here, and he is almost 1,500 gold up on Dokla. He just took both the tier 1 towers, then got a kill, and now Summit looking for the flank here. NRG are going for an engage, but Summit's behind them. This could go bad.
Yeah, Pyosik already threw out the Glacial Prison. Yawn onto Killer Instinct, forcing FBI to flash. APA needs to find a target. He's only hitting Ignar right now, but they collapse onto the front line, and they force the back line of NRG off, so nothing that the front line of NRG could do to handle Team Liquid's comp. That's a huge team fight win.
He's 3-0-5, has the stopwatch, almost has his tier, fully stacked up for that Muramana, and is good.
They've been able to just strangle that lead back into their control. But Jan was able to pick up a lot of gold during all those times they collapsed on the top side of the map, and Dokla's just dead again.
Dokla isn't even going to be safe under his tower. He can start to ignore him, just walk forward and hit the turret in his face. FBI maybe going to get solo kill by Jan!
He finds an angle!
But Palafox has to be respectful, and Summit now unanswered in that bot side is going to be able to get the tier 2. They get the tier 2 mid. TL are starting to run away with this one.
Liquid. It was never necessarily a problem with their draft. It was the execution and how coordinated were they in the mid game, into the late game. Do they want to bring Summit over for this fight? I guess they want to force the 5-on-5. They look for APA once again. Palafox, huge snipe, and FBI cleans it up. And now they engage onto the front line. They just make short work of CoreJJ. Team Liquid cannot pursue this one. NRG, battle. Jan is also in danger of dying, flashing away, using the Killer Instinct as well, but Dokla's waiting in the fog.
Summit.
Jan gets flashed on Cleanse. That's Dokla. Big Doke shows up huge. Jan gets taken out. Summit is now into the back line looking for Ignar, but he goes into FBI and he takes him out. Does he have the mobility? He might have enough ability hits to get out of this one, but the stasis, I don't think he's getting out of this one. Palafox is able to shoot him safely over the wall. Sure, they feel the need to try and fight NRG in this Baron pit. And they have multiple flanks. Facial Prison lands true onto Dokla. They try to get the Counter-Strike stun down. CoreJJ already falls. Jan going in with the Killer Instinct, but doesn't find enough damage onto Dokla. Pyosik has to lead the charge again, but he is the only front line left. As APA, Rocket jumps in, finds one reset, looks for Palafox. Palafox stops him in his tracks and punts him out of the sky. Void Seekers will land true onto Palafox.
For these big plays, we saw that in the previous Triss games as well. This guy is new to the LCS stage, and now Core are going to get caught out.
Jan is here for the follow-up though. Dokla losing a lot of HP, but they can't follow up anymore. But Killer Instinct into the Void Seeker blinks out Dokla, but APA is caught out. Once again, Palafox, but he gets blown up by Jan, saving his other mid laner. And FBI is now on the run as well. Contracts trying to fend them off and be a deterrent, but they...
On top of that, Jax Great sidestep there from APA on the ulti from FBI. I think they have everything they need to finish it.
Contract still has flash, he has smite. Can he get in there? The Q flash, it's not in time!
Looks for it, Q flash, goes in, throws down the smite, but it is secured by Pioshik, and TL gonna be able to...
Huge disengaged pool as well. Pioshik leading the charge as they throw out the Glacial Prison, just to fend them off. That's the inhibitor turret fallen. Team Liquid making their way into the middle inhibitor while Summit pushes through the top side of the map. They don't have a wave quite yet on the bottom side, so they would just bleed into the top side and join up with Summit once they are done with this inhibitor. They're making short work of this base so far. The engage from Dokla forces Summit. That could have been close.
Yeah, that's actually pretty big. They get that ulti offset 20 as well, but look at Summit. He's just ignoring him. He's going to kill the tower.
Oh, but APA gets blown up! Team Liquid now have to fight this one out. Yon still has both of his summoner spells available, and he can deal damage, but he has to rely on Core JJ and Pioshik to frontline for him, but he looks for Contract. Killer Instinct over the wall. He still has a flash available. FBI closes the distance, though, and Yon is gone! FBI takes him out, but someone's got to teleport to deal with someone who is in the base and takes out the inhibitor. Pioshik buys some time, but FBI and Ignar looking to cut him off. He's going to look to join up with Summit, the person that he put the Night's Vow on. Maybe he can look to get some damage.
Oh, the center of the wall!
Oh, but it's the teleport coming back in. They've closed all around them, and there's nowhere else for Summit to go. Palafox sends him to the skies. A 3-man counter to Summit outplays it, and he takes out FBI. He ward offs over the wall. No way he gets out of this one right. The Q stun doesn't land, and Summit makes it out.
Wow. Way too late at this point, even if they run straight there. So TL, they do lose a bit of a fight. They do lose the
From Pioshik, Contract.
But look at Summit.
Looking for the disengage as well, but Summit is now making light work of the top turret, and now all inhibitor turrets are gone. 2 exposed inhibitors are for the taking from Team Liquid. The fact that Summit has done everything in his power to keep Team Liquid's chances alive in this series has led to
here because there's a million minions, and TL have got everything they need to try to close this one out.
And Summit's just so tanky. He walks up, gets a counter-strike and a couple autos on Nadokla. They get the 2 Nexus turrets easily. Team Liquid are not done yet, folks. Contracts goes in on the APA, but they make short work of the front line. They jump back on the APA, but he still survives, and Summit can just whack and bonk on the Nexus to close out the game. Palafox and FBI do everything they can for the last stand, but this one goes to Team Liquid. We have a series on our hands.
TL battling back here in this series.